Okay, so now I am going to go to the next step in the process, which is this is, by the way, this is not like in perfect order, because if it was in perfect order, I would be harvesting magazines and books, and then the next step would be to cut, you know, well, harvesting the magazines is basically cutting out images. It's kind of part of that. But then, once you kind of take out pages or pieces of pages, then you kind of fine tune and do some fussy cutting or fussy ripping and that kind of thing. So it's not in perfect order. It just so happens that that's, this second step or second video in the process that I'm doing is just kind of like where I'm at right now in what I'm doing. So if that makes any sense. So I'm just kind of showing some elements, and this is the large elements. I also have this pack of stickers they're like wall decals from the Dollar Tree, and I love that the butterflies are kind of in different directions, because then, depending on how the image is facing, etc., you can kind of put the wings, you know, so that it would look like they're part of the form there. So that's exciting. I'm excited to work with that. And actually, I ended up using those wings in a really cool way for an image, but it's not on this video. I'll probably go ahead and show that in the next video after this one. But yeah, so this large image that is kind of like a salmon color or maybe peach color, kind of like. It is gorgeous, but it's huge, and I'm just kind of showing you how I'm trying out, these different elements together. And, this is what I call playing, because, I think there's a YouTuber that calls it auditioning, and it's a good word, because, that's what you're doing. You're kind of trying things out. And so yeah, just kind of playing with your cutouts, with your images, and but I decided that that one is too big, and so I was like trying to bring it down on the page, and I kind of did it on the white space, and then also I did it on the other side in different directions, and realized that I'm not ready to use that piece right now, so I'm gonna put it away. And so I've got my clear little file folder type thing that I'm gonna start putting away the images that I'm not gonna use. And so that's kind of like the what do you call that, when you start eliminating the things that you're not going to use, versus committing to what you're picking out to use. I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but anyway, the process of elimination, maybe, I don't know. That sounds kind of bad, but anyway, yeah. So then, again, I keep using the front side of that paper, and then the white side, which is the back, because sometimes those images on the background work really nice with the image, and sometimes they compete with it and distract me from, seeing what I want to do. So that's why I keep flipping from one side to the other, kind of just trying to see if I like the elements together, and if I if there's something I don't like about it, is it because of the background, So again, this is just playing, and really there's no other way. I mean, maybe there is another way, but for me, I feel like this is the best way to find uh, elements and how, to put them together, because, really and truly, um, you just won't know. So anyway, those are like these like dollar, or I don't know what bill. Anyway, it's like a bill with actress in the front of it there, but it's like a drawing of her. I can't remember her name, but I want to say uh, Tiffany. Uh, anyway, my mind's like, I can't think right now. But anyway, there's that envelope that I'm starting to put things away. So, what I did at the beginning of the video is I basically opened that big pouch, that clear pouch, and I put everything on and made a mess. Okay, I put everything on the table and just started moving images around and picking them up and looking at them, which is what I'm doing again here, because even though I kind of liked the couple images I've already picked up, the ones I didn't put away yet, I'm kind of like not convinced, and then like this girl I really like. I like my weird girls and I like my weird stuff too. I have different moods and different styles for different moods. So, it was kind of interesting because, yeah, I guess I wasn't in that kind of mood because I just was kind of like, but see how I'm trying things out. And, yeah, anything with a teapot is so much fun. I recently did a collage with a teapot, and that was really fun. But yeah, just start kind of combining colors and shapes and things like that. So yeah, you just kind of play. You just try things, and I think probably one of the top things for me is the colors, because as I'm shuffling paper around with the different images, sometimes the images have nothing to do with one another, but the colors just kind of go so well that, they just kind of pop out and call my name and said, hey, I need to be there with this other one. It's just, now I'm putting this image on the side of the paper, and that's because you rarely want an image to be smack in the middle of the page, because it just, unless it's like a really like amazing, picture or image or whatever, it rarely works, because for some reason it just catches your eye in a way that you can't see anything else. And so I don't know, it just, the composition, I don't know the terminology really well, but there's something about basically dividing the page kind of in threes or something, and so you want to kind of put it on the sides, and you want them to be facing inside the paper. That's another thing. The perspective should normally be facing in or towards the inside of the paper, because otherwise it looks like it's looking somewhere out of the paper, so it draws the viewer outside of the paper, and that's not what you want. You want it, even if it's subliminally, you want it to be drawing into the picture. So this is a cool, one of my little weird ladies. I love the magazine called, I think it's called Hot, and it's a hair and like salon magazine. And anyway, these are old ones, but I really like that magazine because it has very interesting, hair colors and things like that. Very artistic when it comes to hairstyling and things like that. So that's, I find a lot of fun images there. Um, so then now I'm kind of playing around with this one, and I'm liking it quite a lot. And actually, it's not on this video, but the next video you're gonna see, you know, the next step on this one, because I did end up doing something with it. I don't know if I show it here or later or whatever, but I do paper clip things in place sometimes and kind of just leave it there to settle, just so I can have a minute to think about it, because sometimes I can't always decide right away. You know, sometimes I need, like, I could put a few things together, they look cute, I like them, and then I need to not look at it for a minute, because you know, you start staring at stuff for a long time and then you just don't see it anymore. You don't see anything. You just kind of, it all, I don't know. But so anyway, I pretty much adhered that down, except I didn't do it on the white side. I ended up doing it on the other side, because the colors on the other side actually went well. And so I'm going to show that in the next video, because I'm going to show that before I color, and maybe before I add, you know, more elements, if I add more elements. I'm thinking I'm probably going to add more elements, just because the bottom of the girl, she's kind of like floating, you know, there's not anything beneath her, and so I don't like that, you know. I mean, technically there's nothing, I guess, wrong with that, because a collage can be whatever, you know what I'm saying. But I find that it looks better if you have something underneath, you know, a body trunk. I mean, even if, like one of the collages I did recently, I put like a coat rack underneath as the body of the girl, and I thought that was a good idea, because even though obviously it's kind of funky and crazy, it really looked cool and cute, I thought, you know, and fun. So, but just leaving it blank, like nothing there, just floating, just makes me feel like there's something missing, okay? And so even if I put flowers or grass or, I don't know, water, there's just no telling what's going to go on the bottom, like I said. And, you know, there's also a chance that if I put color, that'll work. Also, since I did do it on the other side instead of the white side, there are more elements beneath her, so she's not so much floating anymore. So I may very well not put any more elements on that. But anyway, I am gonna show where I left off, because it's really hard to like I said, do these collages and film, because it's kind of hard for the left and the right brain to kind of agree and work together at the same time, for me anyway. And I think it happens to a lot of people. So yeah, I think the video is about to come to an end soon, and so I do want to thank you guys for requesting these process videos. I hope that they will encourage you and help you. I hope you can do this along with me. I think it would be really cool. And I need to put my Pinterest or something on here, because I would like for people that are working on stuff to, you know, hashtag me or whatever it's called. I know I'm not very good with technology terms or any terms apparently, but anyway, yeah, as I said, I think the video is about to come to an end, and you know, there's still a lot for me to talk about. I think they're really cool tips and tricks that will help you and kind of get you started. So I hope you can follow along and kind of play with me and do this with me, you know, on your own, obviously with your own stuff and everything. And but anyway, please subscribe if you would like to continue to see videos, or if you just want to support me in this process, because you know, that really helps. Also, like and comment